Hi guys, a very good afternoon. Masquera say, Masquera say, Masquera say. So this afternoon, let us answer this question because I have seen my inbox flooded with some messages, people asking tap up about the way forward. We have seen Kuti for a very long time. For people have been waiting so far for the way forward from the Triple C party, and I'm going to give you the position as of now because we have to speculate, yes, but we have to give the actual position of whatever which is happening. So Newsday here um, is reporting and saying CCC differs on court challenge. This is what Newsday is saying. They say the Nelson Chamisa-led opposition, Citizens Coalition for Change party, yesterday remained coy on whether it would take the legal route to challenge the outcome of last week's elections, where ZANU-PF and Emerson Mnangagwa emerged winners. The opposition party has rejected the election results but is yet to file a petition at the Constitutional Court. According to Section 93(1) of the Constitution, aggrieved parties in an election have 7 days from the day the results are announced to lodge a court application. So, based on this report from Newsday, you would understand that what should happen is that I'm not so sure about the time. Real time election results were announced, but they were announced midnight, and that was past 12, if I'm not mistaken. So, election results would have been announced on the 27th of August 2023 officially, because we have to work with time. At 12 o'clock, midnight, we are in the next day. So if they were announced 12 o'clock, it means they were announced on the 27th. Counting days from the 27th, we have 28, 9, 10, 28, 29, 30, 31. Then we have 1, 2, 3. We have the 3rd of August as the last day for Triple C to be able to file its court papers. So what it means right now is that Triple C should not rush to launch a court application. Why? They have to take their time. They have to prepare. They have to put everything which is needed into that court application so that when we go to the courts, we don't give the courts a chance to say this is out of order. That is my opinion. This is how I view things. This is how I view these things should happen. So we are saying we don't need errors. We don't need mistakes. We need to avoid what happened in 2018. We need every piece of evidence within the courts of Zimbabwe so that Patina Yota this challenge, we know for sure that what is going to be argued in court is going to give us the best result. So you will see that there is need for consultations. There is need to hear from other advisors about what should happen. There is need to have a strategy room where you deal with matters internally. Then, when you go with those issues outside, you have closed loopholes and you have closed gaps. Number two, that would mean CCC is going to get into this thing well prepared and well organized. But what it means is that if the inauguration is set for a specific date, that would shift the dates forward. So if preparations have been put in place for a certain date for the inauguration to happen, what it means, the tables will be shifted and things will be restarted once again. So that will have to happen soon after the Cone Court has given the final verdict. So right now, I believe that the Triple C is working on a plan. The reason why I am saying so is if you take a look on the SADC observer mission, they advised that CCC has to take a legal route, which is allowed by the law. They have to follow the law in making sure that they deliver their grievances regarding this election. So the first thing which is being advised by SADC is for the aggrieved parties to take a legal route. What does the United Nations say? United Nations also talks about exhausting the legal remedy available to deal with this matter. Thirdly, you'd see that AU and other observation missions, which gave their own statements, they went back to the same conclusion of number one, first exhausting the legal remedies available to deal with this matter. So, in my opinion, in my view, there is no way Citizens Coalition for Change can not approach the courts. This is my view. This is not the party position. This is my personal view. What it means is if the Triple C takes this matter to court, if the courts fail to nullify the election based on the evidence presented, based on the reports from observer missions also presented, what it means is we will now have to seek the regional guidance on what to do next. That is when you will see the SADC being activated to deal with this matter, because they have a mandate, a clear mandate to solve the electoral problems in Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe is a signatory. So what it means is the next step will be SADC. We have to chip in. We have to give a position. So you will see a group of people coming to Zimbabwe, make their own findings, and give the position of SADC, which must be respected and which must be honored. So that is the next step. So, in my own view, I believe that the crisis which is brewing in Zimbabwe can, firstly, resolved within the courts of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Secondly, can be resolved within the regional structures which are there, of which Zimbabwe is a signatory to, or which are in those rule books. They have to be followed. And Zimbabwe does have an obligation to make sure that they follow, because there are guidelines, there are issues which must be dealt with, there are ways which must be adopted to make sure that each and every SADC country conducts free, fair, credible elections. And I believe that all those remedies will be followed to the letter. But right now, we are on the first. I believe we have not reached 7 days. And in my view, or according to my count, I think we have to reach up to the 3rd of September. That is the last day for us to lodge a court challenge. So, in my view, probably tomorrow, if we don't have any court challenge today, probably tomorrow we have to see one chipping in, we have to see something coming so that this issue is dealt with. Meanwhile, there is a petition which is online. I've seen this petition. I've seen a lot of people. Let me bring this petition to this program so that you are able to see for yourself. Okay. Let me put this one and bring the petition. There's a petition which is online. I have seen it online, and that petition is calling each and every Zimbabwean to actually sign it, and it will be submitted, I think, to SADC for further action. So there is this petition. I'm trying to find this petition. Okay, let me try to bring this petition to your attention. Right. I've seen that petition on this. Right. Okay. So this is the petition, which says a call for political settlement in Zimbabwe. And this is another proposal which is there. So according to Dr. Stephen Chan, he says a consensus was built at last night's SEP's discussion that this represented a way forward. And a way forward, according to SEP's Trust, is a petition which is being signed on change.org. So if you open that change.org, you'll be able to see that petition and you'll be able to actually sign that petition. And this petition is calling for a political settlement, and the conditions of this petition. I think I need to put everything right here on the screen for purposes of clarity. Let me put everything on the screen for purposes of clarity here about the contents of this petition. So this petition is calling for political settlement in Zimbabwe, and 14,717 signatures have already been placed so far out of 15,000. So the goal is to reach 15,000 people to sign this petition, and there are 14,717 signatures already. So there is an explanation which says, once again, a Zimbabwean election fails the test of credibility. However, the 2023 harmonized elections have failed the test so comprehensively that even the reputable regional and international observers are for once in agreement that this election has failed. The main opposition and many civil society organizations have condemned the election, as have many ordinary citizens. The only response can be to declare the elections null and void. But then, what should be done? By any measure, the Zimbabwean government since 2017 has shown no ability to reform, either politically or economically, and to create the conditions that could lead to an election that is free, fair, and credible. The coup in 2017 did not usher in a new dispensation, but a continuation of the kind of governance that has led to the 2023 result. So there needs to be new way to resolve the crisis, that this election is now depend further and not in the way that this crisis was of 2008 was managed. The way forward must be bold and innovative, recalling the manner in which the Rhodesian crisis was dealt with. This must require the following: the establishment of an eminent persons group tasked with negotiating the establishment of a transitional government composed of political parties and other major citizen groupings. The negotiations must be broad-based, including political parties, civil society, churches, labor, women, and other citizens groupings. The transitional government should set up with a clear and specific set of reforms that must be achieved, which should include the resolution of the coup and the amendment to the constitution allowing untrammable military interference in civilian affairs, full adherence to constitutionalism, the rule of law, and human rights, the reform of critical state institutions, the stabilizing of the economy with a pro-poor emphasis, the establishment of a sovereign fund to ensure the country benefits from Zimbabwe's bountiful resources, complete overhaul of all the election machinery and legislation to ensure that the election that follows the period of transitional government will lead to an election that meets regional and international standards. So these are the calls, these are the demands, and this is the reason why this petition is being signed. So at this moment, we are seeing calls for this petition to be signed, and I have just read the issues being proposed there in the petition. So a transitional government, how it will work, it will bring a situation where we don't have President Mnangagwa leading, we don't have President CHAMISA leading, but we have other people leading that government with a sole mandate. So these are people who are being given a mandate to lead for a specific period, 3 to 6 months probably, only to deal with with the issues raised there. If that government manages to do that, they will usher in elections. We will go for fresh elections, and after fresh elections, we have a situation where the winner will start to lead Zimbabwe going forward. So that is the other position which has been taken by civil society groups as of now. So Triple C yet to launch a Concord challenge. I have tried to check on all handles of Triple C, the spokespersons and the leaders. I have not seen anything regarding the court application so far. And the position is that there is a petition which is being signed with more than 14,000 signatories so far, and the target is around 15,000. So, Jami, thank you very much for coming. Hanzi, hey, Skanzi Sakat Cheta say this is cheapo. Okay, I think I tried to explain that 7 days are required for a court application to be launched, and we have not reached the 7 days so far. So we still have time to prepare for the best court application we could. Retaliation is needed. Okay, I don't know what kind of retaliation, but I believe that we need to be peaceful. I believe that everything we do, we must not cause chaos, because ZANU-PF survives through chaos. CCC must act fast because time is not on our side. Sifiso Moyo, thank you very much for the contribution. CCC must not act fast. They must strategically act, because we have 7 days. Within those 7 days, they must prepare something which is sound. When they go with it to the courts, it must present a case. We win that case. It must present a very credible case. That is my opinion. Skanze, I will sign the petition. We want war with ZANU and ANC. Must keep shut. Zimbabwe is for Zimbabweans. Okay, this is innocent. Skanze, I do not see how we can resolve this issue in Zimbabwe without retaliation. Like Mabasa Godo said, ZANU-PF are already resisting, not just privately, but publicly. He did address to his supporters. Okay, I believe some issues will be resolved when you get there. You can't cross a bridge you have not reached. You have to cross that bridge when you reach it. But right now, let us be peaceful, let us be tolerant, and let us make sure that we fight within the confines of the law. Skanzi CHAMISA must go to the court. Malaba ngaafumurwe azikanwe nenyika yose kuti ndiwe ZANU-PF nenyika dzose. Yes, I agree with Tinaro Gomo. We must go to court and deal with the matter first within the legal frameworks of Zimbabwe. Because if we go without the legal frameworks of Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF will have something to defend itself with. They'll say, you never approached the courts. You don't know what the courts were going to actually say regarding this election. So I agree. Okay, this is Mkoma Simba. Thank you very much, Mkoma Simba. Zganzi tingaswere chungurudzwa nana sekuru zveshuwa. Okay, Zganzi, this time CHAMISA is supposed to show his advocate skills rather than staying home. Okay, Zganzi, 7 days. Zopera when Taneta is petition tasaina co-inauguration how far? Okay, they are planning for the inauguration, but I believe that the inauguration will be stopped by the petition, which is likely going to be launched tomorrow. For the sake of meeting deadlines, I believe tomorrow is more strategic than any other day. Skanzi panapa kuti angawina here kukoti kwacho. It's not a matter of winning. It's a matter of exhausting a legal remedy which is there. Remember, the regional bodies from SADC, AU, EU, everybody else said you have to exhaust the legal remedies available. So the first legal remedy is to approach the Constitutional Court and ask for the nullification of the results. That position is now clear. CCC is looking forward for the nullification of the entire election process. So what it means is that position is already there. What is left is how, and we are waiting for them to actually come publicly and state what is their next move. But so far, I was just giving the best possible way and what we should expect from now. So I have touched the position, the legal position. How many days? Those are 7 days. And what is the position of regional bodies? They are saying take the legal routes first. If you fail through the legal routes, then you go to the regional bodies, that is SADC first. If SADC fails, you go to AU. If AU fails, you go to UN. And with all the reports which are there, which actually cite that this election was marred with irregularities, it shows that even up to the United Nations, they will accept to hear the case of Triple C if they follow first the legal route within Zimbabwe. That is my view. Okay, zvikanzi makwikwi but anogona kuwina. Okay, hanzi dai mabhodha avharwa zvinopera izvi pakashayikwa chinopinda nekubuda problem solved. Okay, where do I sign this petition? Go to change.org, www.change.org, and you'll be able to see that petition. Or if you go on Twitter, go on to Ibo Mandaza's Twitter handle. There is this link. There's a link to this petition. So check on the screen. This is the website. Yakanzi change.org. If you just type change.org, I believe you will be able to see it. Okay, that is where you can find that petition as of now. So Hanzi, okay. Hanzi, let's pray for the judiciary. Hanzi, hanzi Gabon has done it. Why can't we follow? Okay, hanzi apa manje taakuda kuona kuti ma-advocates versus namalaba. Okay, hanzi pakaoma. Surely is for everyone, not for someone. We need a better life for our children. And I agree with you, Mkoma Simba. We need better life for our children. We are not doing this for the sake of just doing. We want a better life. We need a better future, a brighter future for every Zimbabwean. We want every Zimbabwean to have access to education, to have access to health, to have access to the national cake. We need everybody to benefit from the resources in Zimbabwe. I think CCC have a well-planned strategy and are going to implement it stage by stage without disclosing everything to the opponent. Yes, Jacob Gongora, thank you very much for this contribution. This is an accurate position so far. I think I also said much about it, and that is what is very important, because your strategy must be known by you. People must know your next strategy, zvatoitika. So I agree with you, and this is what they are doing. That is the reason why there are a lot of structural activities happening, and you start to see the results. We are seeing a movement across Africa, and its sole mission is to remove all the regimes that have been present since their individual countries' independence. These regimes have dilapidated Africa. Yes, I agree, because these people have failed. Just imagine with the resources we have in Africa, we are the least in terms of wealth, in terms of development, in terms of everything. Everything is being dictated by people without resources. We have all resources, we have all manpower, we have all ideas, we have everything we need. But our people are going to Europe to develop Europe, to Asia to develop Asia, to other countries to develop them, while our countries are suffering here in Africa. So I agree with you, Skanzina. Yes, thank you very much, Team Zimbabwe, for the contributions. I think we need to end this program here because we have gone way past 20 minutes, and we need to break and see what is next for the Republic of Zimbabwe. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button right now, and also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out each and every time we will go live or we will bring an update. So we will try to actually cover what is happening in Zimbabwe from right now going forward. And I believe that we are going to be able to resolve whatever crisis we have in the nation of Zimbabwe amicably without the loss of lives. Citing out, my name is Ronald Wekomakusha.